some small, some flood right back to us, some hard to recall. But the best are those that teach us to fight, that teach us to simply stand up for what's right. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not one for cliches. A realist I was, and a realist I stay. But every word I tell you tonight is true. It's a story so important that is long overdue. It's a story that has been passed down over time, in the proper way, told all in rhyme. Now, if poetry isn't your thing, so be it. No one is forcing you to be here and see it. But I warn you now, if you decide to leave, you'll just make it harder for yourself to believe. We've left elaborate sets and costumes behind to force you to imagine and use your mind. So now we begin our unbelievable tale of a young, courageous girl named Lucy McHale. Lucy lives in a very small town with no other communities for miles around. Now, before we can continue, it must be made clear that there are no modern conveniences here. There's no TV, no cell phones, no internet now, just the fruits of your labor, the sweat of your brow. Now, you might be shocked, but I must confess that there was a time when there was a whole lot less. This was years and years before Lucy was born, when there was just one man with miles of corn.
Well, Mr. Jones, after seeing your land, I'd love to buy it for a price quite grand. So now a deal can finally take shape.
What is this here contraption again?
It's called Scotch tape. And you can buy it all if you be so inclined. Just sign your name here on the dotted line.
All right, Mr. Rogers, this is a relief, I must say. You know, I never cared for growing corn anyway. Now I can start over with a clean slate.
Great, great.
But there is one thing that I must stress. Don't destroy my house, that's my only request. It's been my family for generations, you know.
Of course! You have my word.
The house was the first thing to go. Then the miles of corn were promptly effaced, leaving nothing but miles of dirt in its place. Now, once John Rogers' company grew quite grand, John Rogers decided to utilize the land. Houses and businesses sprung up all around to create a thriving company town, Rogerstown. And at the center of the town, a factory so large as if to let everyone know who was in charge. Hundreds worked there and patiently waited for their paycheck from Rogers Incorporated. Lucy's parents disappeared when she was quite young, so her Uncle Albert became a hero unsung.
Lucy! Have you seen those darn glasses of mine? I can't find them anywhere. I'm fine.
He took her in when no one else would, but to others in town, he was just misunderstood.
Are you okay, Uncle Albert?
Oh, I'm all right. Have you seen those glasses of mine there? They're nowhere in sight. Granted, I can't see, but that's not the point. I have customers who I cannot disappoint.
Uncle Albert?
Oh, why didn't you say that before? Now hurry up and get to the store.
Uncle Albert ran a knick-knack shop. The quality of these was not the cream of the crop, but business stayed afloat, if you haven't heard, because of Lucy's powerful command over words.
My home is devoid of an empty rack. Do I really need a 12th knick-knack? Now, you may be right, but you must understand the kind of opportunity you have at hand. Have you ever seen something quite as unique? The care that went into making this antique is cause enough to bat one's eyes. It will surely be purchased by and by. I mean, have you ever seen something as chic as this? If I were your shoes, I'd be quite remiss to walk away empty-handed from this store. Well, what's 11 without one more?
Now, today started off like any other day, but this is where things began to go astray.
And here's where we put the pool.
Hey! I'm the architect here, you fool. I'll decide where we put things. Not you.
Excuse me, can I help either of you two?
Yes, can you tell me if there are any rivers nearby?
Well, yeah, there's Old Jones's River. Why?
Yes, I agree. Why do you want to know?
For the pool, of course. Natural water flow.
Wait, I'm confused as to what's going on. Can someone please fill me in?
Oh, come on. Surely you must have heard by now. Rogers Inc. is repurposing Rogerstown.
Repurposing?
The town hasn't been making much money for us, so we decided to level it to nothing but dust. And in its place, I'm happy to report, we are building a brand new vacation resort.
Wait, but there must be some mistake.
There is no error, no case for you to make. Picture this now, a beautiful place where everyone has a smile on their face. Family fun at a reasonable price. Hotels, restaurants, entertainment.
Aw, sounds nice.
But this is our home. This is our land. Surely you can't do this.
Oh, yes, we can. Progress Inc. owns this town, I attest. They can do what they want.
But I really must protest.
Now, wait a minute. Don't get mad at me. I'm not very high up the company tree. Roger decided this. Now that you're through being dim, if you have a problem, take it up with him.
But I...
Demolition begins in 6 weeks' time. I get out soon before we commit this crime.
But my uncle and I have nowhere to go. How can they get away with that, though? Surely there must be laws to prevent it. And it's not what they said, but the way that they said it. So cocky and snide as if they didn't have a care, that my uncle and I barely have a prayer. Well, they're going to care. They'll care a lot more. They'll know that this town just can't be ignored. Even if everyone else is a spy, no one else stands up. Well, then I'm going to try.
Lucy had never tackled something like this before. She nearly spent all her life in her uncle's store. She surely had to be deranged to think that she could solely bring about change. No, for this, she had to ask the help of a friend. And Lucy had only one, whose name was Ben. Welcome, everyone, to the Java Flower for this week's run of Poetry Hour. Next up, spewing detached feelings from the void, is our favorite guide for the soul, Ben Floyd. Now, there's something here that everyone should know.
I wrote it home. Do I just go?
When Lucy asks for his help, he will surely say yes. He'd agree to anything she asked, I would guess. To Ben, Lucy is the angel sent from above. She's the girl with which he's madly in love.
This is a little sonnet I wrote about a girl. It's called If I Had a Goat. If I had a goat, I wouldn't have to fret about life or serious things. I'd just simply take what I could get and the happiness it would bring. People would pay a lot for a goat, and if I sold it for a nice fee, I could build a tall castle with the deepest moat just for you and me. And once I milked that goat dry, I'd ask you for your hand, and our days of joy would be as vast as the sky or the desert's mountains of sand. If I had a goat, I'd be set for life, because I would have you as my wife. Thank you.
Wow, that was like falling down a deep, dark hole into the dark recesses of my soul.
Be sure to try our fruit. It's surprisingly juicy.
Ben, it's me, Lucy.
Lucy, what are you doing here?
Someone told me that you were here. Why are you here?
No real reason at all, just listening to some poetry is all.
Although it's clear to us that Ben does prize her, Lucy is by rare chance none the wiser. She's a very intelligent girl, no doubt, but romance is not something she knows much about.
Look, I need your help with something big.
It can't be as big as when you asked me to dig a giant hole to store all your sheep's wool fat.
It's going to be even bigger than that.
So Lucy explained the situation to Ben from what she had heard from those two company men, and she tried to convince him that as a pair,
We can save this town, even if no one else cares.
But we aren't some strong, powerful nation. We're just a small town against a giant corporation.
All it takes is the will of one or two.
Well, make it one. I don't know.
It's your town, too.
There's no solution as far as I can see.
Well, can we at least try? Do it for me. As a simple favor for a friend.
I'll do it.
What? You will? Thank you, Ben.
so Ben decided to give it a whirl. It's amazing what a guy would do for a girl. The first thing they decided to do was raise awareness of this ugly, reeking stench of unfairness.
Save Roger's town before it's destroyed. Without this town, you'd be unemployed.
Your town's in trouble. Heed the call. I don't think that this is working at all.
Save Roger's town before it's wiped out.
Excuse me, miss, well, what is this all about?
Well, we have this petition that you can sign.
Now's not the best.
Excuse me, sir, we need your help.
Sorry, no can do. There are too many places I need to get to.
Excuse me, sir, I hate to bother you so, but have you heard about... And there he goes.
Defeat was not something that Lucy would allow, so she decided that it was time to get loud.
Don't let them take your town. Don't let them beat you down. I will not apologize for my tone of voice. It's clear to me that there's only one choice. Save your town or never see it again. I swear it's true. Back me up, Ben.
Save the town that you hold dear. Its demise is drawing very near. Don't let them take your town. Don't let them beat you down. Don't let them take your town. Don't let them beat you down. Lucy, you okay?
Not until they hear what I have to say.
Lucy had tried everything, but nothing had worked. She had almost nearly gone berserk. She went home crushed and defeated, hoping her uncle would find a way to treat it.
But these people don't care like me and you. No one cares at all. I don't know what to do. I don't think this is a time to laugh at all.
Well, you're not thinking outside the box. At all. Outside box thinkers nowadays are few and far between.
I'm not exactly sure what you mean.
Don't you see, this can all be fixed. We just need to play a little game of politics. Go.
Now Ben's uncle was the mayor of this place, a noble and wise man who never lost a race. And since Ben would do whatever Lucy asked, she could talk to the mayor and fix things at last.
Grandpapa, this is Lucy, my friend.
Oh, you know my grandson Ben.
Yes, I appreciate you meeting with me. Many thanks.
Of course.
Sir, may I be frank?
Certainly, my dear. Go ahead.
We've heard some unsettling news has been said. News that Rogers Inc. wants to build a resort. Now, this would fall short of your promise to protect this town. Certainly you would never, ever back down from keeping your promises, right?
Lucy, let me be a bit forthright. When you're young, the world is at your feet. No task is impossible. You never accept defeat. But then you grow old, and you soon realize that sometimes you have to compromise. Now, I've spoken extensively with these company men, signing my name with this very pen, authorizing their wonderful new project. There's nothing you can do.
But I must object. What about what you said in your speech last year? Never give up. Have no fear.
You shouldn't be afraid of a little change.
They're going to turn this place into a golfing range and there'll be nothing left.
Please, don't get in my way. Please just go on with your day. Interfering with this would cause quite a mess. Wouldn't be good for you, I must confess. So, give up on this foolish plight.
Something doesn't seem right. You would never give up so easily.
Now, I'm a rather busy man, so you leave me be.
Then Lucy finally understood these mysterious vibes.
Bribes! You're getting bribes!
I'm getting what?
Bribes for your compliance. You would give up if they paid for your silence.
Grandpapa, is this true?
I don't have to explain myself to any of you.
We're not just something to be sold like cattle. We're human beings. It all makes a rattle. It all makes a noise. It all makes a mess. People would start to notice, I would guess. Then they'll see who you really are. Our worst mayor in history, by far.
I've had enough of this. Now listen here, miss. I could have you evicted from your home today. So shut up and don't get in my way.
Hey! You can't talk like that to her. She's 10 times smarter than you, that's for sure.
Ha! The lunatic raves like the lunatic should.
I'm the lunatic, you say. My mind's in a constant state of decay. Well, my niece is sane, that's for sure. She's right about you. You think it's all over, but you haven't won. Will not give up until justice is done!
Oh, Uncle Albert, are you okay?
You've just struck your mare.
What? No way, he just lost his balance, that's all.
Get these two out of town hall. Bring the madman to the county jail. Lock him up. Accept no bail. And then, tell your foolish girl that if she harasses me again, you'll suffer the same fate.
Oh, Ben, this is all my fault. My uncle didn't mean to commit assault. He just lost his balance, that's all.
Lucy, I think our efforts have hit a wall. Nothing has worked. There's no hope. Unless we want to slide down a slippery slope. I think we just gotta put this thing on the shelf. Unless you plan on talking to John Rogers himself.
Left with no other choice, it seemed, Lucy decided to do the extreme and go to the very top to make it clear that this all must stop. Now, John Rogers, the man who bought the town, lived a very long life, died, and is buried in the ground. Now, John Rogers Jr., his son, is in charge, and he works where most CEOs work, by and large. New York City, the city that never sleeps, far from the familiar setting of cows and sheep. So Lucy bought a bus ticket and made her way down to convince this man to please spare her town.
Mr. Rogers, sir, excuse me?
Yes, what? Can't you see I'm busy?
There was no secretary. I'm assuming that's her.
bolt of lightning crashed through the sky and struck me. I nearly died. But luckily, my secretary was with me. She rushed me to the hospital rather quickly. With all the luck I had finally got, only to get hit in a parking lot. Now you can see it's a little hard to get around, seeing as I'm paralyzed from the waist down.
Right. Now, Mr. Rogers, sir, let me explain to you why I'm here.
Go ahead, young lady. I'm all ears.
My name is Lucy McHale, and I come here alone to represent the town, which you own.
So you're from Rogerstown?
Right. Now, Rogers Inc. has decidedly cast down its decision to turn my home into dust. Now, to me, that's unjust. I tried to help, but no one else cared, and because of me, the whole situation is flared. Now my uncle is in jail alone in a doomed town which you own. I tried to help. A lot of money, that's true, but my uncle and I barely have enough for two. Without our home, we'll have nowhere to go. Our lives will be filled with turmoil and woe. I'm asking you to search deep down and find in your heart not to destroy my town.
You care so much that you've traveled so far, even though no one really cares who you are. That's commendable and heartwarming, if I may say so.
Thank you, sir.
But my answer is no.
What? But you just said.
It's commendable and heartwarming, but don't be misled. It's too late to do anything now. The stockholders are eager to see it torn down. Demolition plans are already underway.
Please, can you please just let us stay?
See, if I let your town go free, that's a whole lot less money for me. See, that's the whole reason why your town exists, so I can hold a wad of cash in my fist.
I don't feel so good.
Now, don't get upset. There just might be hope for you yet. You're a smart girl from what I can see. How would you like to come work for me?
Me? Work for you? What makes you think that's something I would do?
You said you don't have a lot of money, right? Well, come work for me, and I promise to write a big fat check for you every week. Don't believe me? Here, take a peek.
Wow.
It's an opportunity men would kill to snatch.
I don't get it. What's the catch?
You help with me with your beautiful mind and leave all that save the town business behind. It's just giving up what's important to you.
Isn't that wrong?
From a certain point of view, yes, some would possibly say that's bad. But think of all the things you could have had. Money, fame, power galore. Everything you could want. Need I say more? It could all be yours if you'd be so inclined to sign your name here on the dotted line.
No, I won't give up my beliefs. I won't become like you, a despicable thief.
Very well then, as you wish. Stacy! I'd love to fish at our soon-to-be-open vacation resort. Tell them to begin demolition September 4th.
September 4th, but that's in less than a week.
I fudged the schedule, so to speak.
This is completely and utterly wrong. How can you get anybody to go along?
Look at me. I'm in a wheelchair for life. People would say yes to whatever you like when they see someone so helpless and sad.
That's manipulative. And just bad.
Oh no! Whatever will I do? Face it, sister. There's no hope left for you.
Now listen here.
Don't you dare shout! It won't do you any good. You can shoot.
Lucy had never suffered a blow so great. She had accepted her fate.
John Rogers is the Antichrist! John Rogers is the Antichrist! John Rogers is the Antichrist!
You don't have to tell me twice.
John Rogers is the Antichrist! Wait. You also share an intense hate for John Rogers?
Where do I begin? He's going to destroy the town I live in, just so we can make an extra buck.
Some people have the worst luck. Misery with oppression in its stead. Some people get squished by those bigger than them. Now it's my mission to fight for those who can't stand up for what's right. Rogers Inc. has a sickening span of atrocities all because of that, man. I must forestall Rogers Inc. Destroy them once and for all. I'll succeed without a doubt.
What's your name?
Chad. Don't wear it out.
You seem very passionate about what you do.
If I don't, who will? You?
Then, Lucy Lucy had the most brilliant idea.
I just had the most brilliant idea! You and I are of the same kind. Maybe we could work together.
Well, what'd you have in mind?
So Lucy took Chad back to Rogerstown, and when she arrived, she had found that the demolition team was ahead of the game, ready to start soon. Of course, John Rogers was playing.
Lucy!
Ben, say hello to Chad.
Now, Lucy with another guy, of course, made Ben sad. Lucy explained meeting Chad on the street, and how with him, they could finally compete.
Actions speak louder than words. Well, I mean, so I've heard.
Now, with Chad, their chances had certainly increased, but Ben was uncomfortable, to say the least.
So, what is it that you do?
Liberate the have-nots from the capitalist view.
See, what did I tell you? Isn't he great?
Well, that's certainly up for debate.
What do you mean?
He's a bit much.
He just cares a lot. And such, trust me, our only limit now is the sky.
We don't know anything about this guy. He could cause some serious harm.
Ben felt threatened by Chad's bad boy charm. He didn't want to lose Lucy to someone like that. And again, of course, Lucy had no concern for matters like that.
Why are you getting so upset?
I'm not! I just think that he's a threat. To our causes, what I mean.
Standing around ain't my scene. You take some action or not.
Yes, of course. Any ideas you got?
Well, I mean, we could always chant.
Yeah. If we were protesting the Girl Scouts camp, no. We need something to make them sweat.
Make a statement that they'll never forget.
I sweat. Sometimes. That's a thing.
All right. Think about what that could bring. Plunge the company in complete disarray.
Why are you so eager to attack them?
Let's just say John Rogers has controlled my life for far too long.
He's been controlling all our lives, all along.
You said there's a factory in town. What if tonight we make our way down to this factory and do something to gawk at, break all the machines or something like that?
Break the machines, that's perfect, Chad.
Are we joking?
Why, you think the plan is bad?
That's vandalism. Two wrongs don't make a right.
Oh, would you just go fly a kite?
Lucy, I don't know if he's crazy or what, but I don't trust this gorilla nut.
Hey! I was trying to help him.
Well, we don't need you to. I can come up with a plan.
Really? I'm all ears.
Well,
Let's meet at 4 o'clock here.
Lucy and Chad went forward strong, and to not see me, Ben tagged along. They arrived at the factory very late at night, and just as they hoped, there was no one in sight.
Okay, someone needs to keep watch and stay put.
Watch where you're going.
that's my foot.
Guys, we need to keep it down.
You guys stay here and look around.
How are you doing over there, Ben?
Oh, well, me? Never better. What's the plan again?
We bust the machines, then we get out. Look, I know this will time you had doubts, but I think it's time to tell you how I feel.
Oh my God, it's happened. This can't be real.
So lucky to have a friend like you.
Yeah, I'm so lucky to be your friend too.
Where's Chad? He should have been back by now.
Lucy, why are we here right now?
What do you mean? How else?
No, I mean why? Why are we here right now with this guy?
Look, I know you don't like him, but he can help. You'll see.
That's not what primarily concerns me. Who are we kidding? We can't win this fight. Sometimes we just can't always do what's right.
Look, this is something I care about a lot, and I'm gonna keep trying, whether you help me or not.
You're disillusioned, Lucy. You can't pretend that this is something that's going to work out in the end.
Well, I guess I'll just have to try a bit harder then.
Until when, Lucy, huh? Until when? Until they decide to get rid of you because of what you say and what you do? God, why do you insist on acting this way?
Because I have nothing else, okay? My parents disappeared when I was 5. I don't even know if they're still alive. I came to this town with nothing but pain. I let it all pour out like rain, and my uncle listened to every word. Although I probably sound absurd. I spent most of my life in this town.
I'm gonna go make sure there's no one here.
That's a good idea. Keep a watchful ear. Chad, what is it? What's wrong?
This place won't be standing for long. I'll bring the whole factory to blow.
What?
No time to talk. Just go.
Sure enough, when the tank had hit, the factory was effectively blown to bits. You see, when they went to the factory that night, Chad had snuck in a load of dynamite. He was never going to follow the plan at all. To him, bringing some machines was just too small. Lucy and Chad made it out alive and well, and as for Ben, it was still hard to tell. The next morning, Lucy was all alone. The whereabouts of the others were still unknown.
It's the police. Stop right there.
I didn't do anything, I swear.
Oh, yeah? Well, we have witnesses that say saw you and some guys earlier today running away from the factory fast, which I'm sure you know suffered a large blast.
No, you don't understand. I didn't blow it up. That was someone else.
Uh-huh. Yup.
Reporters swarmed her with microphone in fist.
Would you consider yourself a terrorist?
No, of course I don't. Will you tell us about... No, I won't.
Oh, thank goodness they captured her. I heard, but now I know for sure.
Mr. Rogers, how do you feel about her tricks?
This whole thing has made me sick. As soon as I heard, I came straight down to my dearly beloved Rogers Town. The factory has been completely destroyed. It's where most people here were employed. Without it, people will have nowhere to work. I'm telling you, this girl has gone completely berserk. Just this week, she came down to see me, demanding that Rogers Inc. leave immediately. When I said, I'm sorry, I can't help you, she said, if it's the last thing I do, I'll make you wish you never came here. Well, now what she meant is perfectly clear. The only place for Lucy McHale is a cold, dark jail.
That's not true. All of that is a lie.
Die, John Rogers, die!
We found him shouting, we won, we won.
Oh my,
You know him?
my son.
Son?
You're not my father anymore!
I haven't seen you since you walked out that door.
Wait, John Rogers is your dad?
Chad Rogers was the name he had. He wasn't bringing down corruption or banks. He was just a rebel son with way too much teenage.
Go on and take him away.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Yes, have faith in our company, and we will rise above this tragedy.
All right, Lucy McHale, it's time to take you to your cell.
Lucy was living her own personal hell. They took her down to the county jail.
All right, Albert McHale, in addition to yourself, and no funny business or things won't go so well.
Oh, Uncle Albert, are you okay?
Well, I've had better days.
I'm sorry I haven't visited you. I just don't know what to do. I've tried everything that I can to save you and the town.
Lucy, I understand. Listen, all that matters now is that we're together.
But how? I'm the reason that you're in here. I'm the cause of my own worst fears. Demolition begins in a couple of days. He was right. He got his way. I tried my best, but I fell flat. This is all my fault.
Don't say that.
Quit it, Uncle Albert. You know it's true. I was a fool. I never came to. I tried to help by using my words, but it flew past people like a flock of birds. So I tried to take some bold action, but it caused this awful reaction. Now I don't even know if Ben's alive. Like it or not, DJ will arrive. It'll be here in the tick of a clock. Let's face it, I'm a failure.
That's poppycock! You stood up to them with little assistance. Did you really think there wouldn't be any resistance? Things are always going to get bad before they get good, and things were certainly bad from where I stood. You tried your best, that's pretty tough, but everything you could just wasn't enough. And no, you're locked up short of feathers.
I'm not sure how that makes me feel better.
Your efforts may have failed, that's true, but that doesn't mean you're a failure too. So what if everything you tried failed? That can't stop you! You're Lucy McHale! You get back up and try again! Can I get an amen? Bingo.
But what does that mean? What do I do?
You'll know I have complete faith in you.
But I'm still stuck inside this jail. I can't move through walls, even if I am Lucy McHale.
When all else fails, pray for divine intervention.
Wow, people around here really don't pay attention.
Ben!
Lucy!
Oh, well, I'm so glad you're all right. But you know, being here is risky, right?
In that moment, an epiphany struck Ben.
I'd do anything for my best friend.
He realized that she didn't need to be his wife in order to love Lucy as his friend for life.
Well, let's go. We have work to begin.
Lucy did not exactly have a plan, nor did she have a very long time span, but she had to figure out a way to stop this threat. But what? What?
The internet!
What's the internet?
It's a place where people can go and flaunt and say whatever the hell they want.
How do we get there?
Well, it's not an actual place. No, I've read about this. An infinite data space. Rogers Inc. won't even be able to stop a young girl.
We can get our message out to the whole world.
So Lucy decided that the only place left to go was the internet to make a video.
Excuse me, we need you to help us make our message known. I've heard you all have those smartphones with videos, cameras built right in. Take those out if you want us to win. We need you to help us make our case so we can spread it out to the whole human race. Now when I say go, you'll commence, and I'll start talking. Make sense? Now hurry, hurry, don't go slow. Is everyone ready? Okay, go. People of the world, listen to me. Listen closely to my plea. My name is Lucy McHale, and I've just escaped from the county jail where I was unjustly forced to stay because I had the guts to say what powerful people were doing was wrong. I've been persistent, and I've tried to stay strong, but the man behind Rogers Inc. wants to control what you all think. He wants you to think I'm a terrorist, and you want to believe, but try to resist. He wants to destroy my home, and he can. He holds the legal rights in his hand. He thought long and hard on if he could, but he never once stopped to think if he should. He wants my home, my town, and he wants me to take it lying down. I speak for my uncle, my friends, and me when I say we won't lie down for this tyranny. And I need a lot more than a friend or two. I need a lot of people, even you. I represent universal views. I fight for justice, freedom, and,
Quality?
that too! I represent the very things you all hold dear, but these ideals we love will surely disappear. We can't band together when they fall apart. I'm asking you all to search your hearts and help in any way that you can. We have to stop this terrible man and all the terrible things he wants to do. Today it's me. Tomorrow it's you. Now when you get home tonight, post this video everywhere in sight.
And the people shared the video, like Lucy had discussed. They would never let Lucy down, out of hope and trust. Soon enough, the video had spread, and everyone was hearing what Lucy had said. The video went viral, and people knew every detail of the universal struggles of Lucy McHale. However, like most things do, the video spawned a lot of different points of view.
Lucy McHale, what a sweet girl.
She's a menace to the whole damn world.
An escaped convict seems rather strange.
I can't do that. I'm afraid of change.
This video deserves a nice retweet.
Rogers is a slave to the men of Wall Street.
This video actually makes me feel.
Is she even real?
Why should I believe this ignorant twig?
Is that because she's a woman? You sexist pig.
Now, I can't actually help you, but I can say a prayer.
Have you made sure there wasn't any oil there?
She just wanted to appeal to the general masses.
This wouldn't have happened if Congress lowered taxes.
Her words cut me deep, like a knife.
Lucy is love. Lucy is life.
She's a hero to me.
She's a communist.
She's the next Dr. King.
She's alright, I guess.
We have to help her.
She needs to shut up.
Is she right?
I don't know.
Time was almost up. Demolition Day had arrived, and the cause was struggling to survive. And like only the hand of God can do, Lucy received some very miraculous news.
Lucy, I know how we can save the town.
What? What do you mean, how?
I went down to the post office to get the mail, but was quickly dismissed because there was a mailing jam. All letters addressed to one person, none of them spam. And every single piece of mail was addressed to one, Lucy McHale.
Really?
Yes, and get this, they all had money. It's like our own personal land of milk and honey. Read how much this check is for.
That's more than we ever made at the store.
We have a small fortune. So now?
We can save Rogerstown. Thank you, Ben. See, I told you it would all work out in the end.
We're just friends. We're just friends.
Lucy ran to the town's heart where demolition was supposed to start. John Rogers was there with a man quite older. He was the company's primary stockholder.
Mr. Johnson, has there ever been a day more fit?
Just get it over with, Rogers.
Stop everything!
What are you doing here? I'm sorry, sir. She just appeared.
Sir, in my hand I hold a sum that can maybe help you see where I'm coming from. I give you all this money, right here now, and in return you give us Rogerstown.
This is a big decision to make.
You can't believe a word she says. She's a felon who will just as easily lie as she'll spit on your shoe. Now I know you're not the man who will behave in such a foolish way.
I own most of this company, Rogers, so you'll do what I say. And let me see that large sum you've won. All right, you win some.
Wait, really?
Don't kiss me.
How can you give our town away?
Get over it, Rogers. I never cared for resorts anyway.
And just like that, with no epic final fight, everything had finally been set right. The town was finally safe and sound, and the people moved on to where they are now. Uncle Albert only lived a few more years full of grace. But don't worry, he's in a better place. John Rogers continued being CEO. Lucy simply let him go. She had no reason to get revenge. She had saved her home. There was nothing to avenge. But don't worry, he didn't get off free. A few years later, he disappeared mysteriously. His company searched across time and space. But it's okay. He's in a better place.
No, please, please, no, 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 please, I tried.
With his father in a better place, Chad Rogers reluctantly took his father's place. After, of course, serving time for committing a slew of rebellious crimes, he changed Rogers Inc. Instead of breaking laws, he vowed to save the environment, a humanitarian cause. Ben only stayed in town for a few more years. Then he moved to Chicago. There was nothing left for him here. He married a dancer named Alicia Jones, the granddaughter of old Farmer Jones. Lucy again never left the town, but the legend of Lucy never let down. So many people wanted to know more of that young girl who worked in her uncle's store. People came from all around the world to see what was up with Lucy McHale, the girl who never gave up. When I first heard the story, I didn't believe. It was such a ridiculous story to conceive. So I made my way down to Rogerstown to see if I could track her down. And sure enough, she was there. So she sat down in a rocking chair and explained the entire story of how she saved her home. That's why I'm here now. People will almost never believe that there is no limit to what they can achieve. That is why I tell this tale of that young, courageous girl named Lucy McHale. I hope you didn't mind it was all in rhyme.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Of an ambulance comes howling right through the center of town, and boom, blazing eye, and I look up to the sky for the top of the lightning bolt.